The playoffs have arrived. It is the start of Super Wild Card Weekend, and off we go here on this Saturday. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The shotgun, here's Jackson. Oh, intercepted on the 2nd play of the game. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
We talked at the start of the game, Mike, the energy in this stadium, and now after that early turnover, it's certainly not going to help quiet this crowd. They clearly came into this game facing an uphill battle, and they've made it here even harder on themselves with that early turnover.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the ground for the first time. Here comes Jonathan Taylor. He'll take this forward maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Throwing is Richardson. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. From the gun, Richardson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He'll look for Flowers downfield. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
second down. Jackson. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. One of his teammates there to take it back in. 14 yards on that pass play there. First down, Baltimore.
I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover.
He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. Now Justin Tucker for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Ravens move out to a 7-3 lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so he'll take over at the 30-yard line. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
First grab of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He picks up the first down with that one. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Richardson. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. A big gainer for Indianapolis. 39 yards. They'll run here with Taylor. And he will power his way into the end zone. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indy. The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts are on top. It's now 10-7. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
His offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd. And, you know, they missed on that long attempt. At least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Play action now. Jackson. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Jackson going to keep this one himself. And he'll give himself up after picking up the first down.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
A first down throw for Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Jackson now on second down. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Keaton Mitchell. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson. Quick throw, taken in. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
3rd and short, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, they'll start with Taylor. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. They go right back to Taylor. And some good running there. That's a first down up to the 43.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
With the man downfield, it's Pittman. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. 1 quarter in the books in round 1 of these AFC. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun. It's Taylor. Strong running there. Inside the 30. On the move with a gain of 9. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete, but there's a penalty flag on the field. We'll let the officiating crew sort this one out. Here's Taylor. He'll take this down inside the 30. Kyle Hamilton, the former Notre Dame star, able to make the play. To throw, it's Richardson. Open man, left side, he's got it. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Indianapolis. They'll run on first down with Taylor. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. That is caught back corner of the end zone. And 9 Mitchell. Touchdown, Colts. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. To throw is Jackson. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Now it's Jackson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, like living in these 3rd and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On fourth down, they snap it to Jackson. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. A big play there on fourth down. Good for an even 20. They'll run it on first down with Henry. Wanarani brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, that right there, Mike, is your once-a-game reminder of just the importance of short tackling. This run never gets anywhere near where it ends up if that initial hit was stronger and he was able to take him down.
Off the play fake, Jackson. He'll get rid of it and complete it.
There's a lot of quarterbacks around the league that really struggle with this, Mike, but not this guy. A righty quarterback moving to his left. Your mechanics, your footwork, and your arm talent all have to align, and tell you what, he does it about as well as anybody around the league.
And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
And he'll just have to throw this one away. There is nowhere to go downfield, and now it's going to bring up a fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Fourth down, Jackson. He's got it at the 3. And they will get the conversion. He's tackled down near the goal line, so it's not a touchdown, but it will be first and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Back to the 5-yard line now. Second down and goal. A give to Mitchell. And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the...
That one, taken in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Extra point try now for Tucker. The kick is good. And the Ravens will come back to tie things at 17. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, first and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. The second down throw is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. And he's going to have enough there for the first down. Take it up to the 43-yard line. Looking to throw. Richardson. That is caught downfield by Pierce. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. On first down, it's Richardson. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack. There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Third and long. From the gun, Richardson. A ball deep for the end zone. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On first and 10, Jackson. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
He'll air it out down the middle. That is caught. And he will take this one in. 83 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tucker, good on the extra point. And the Ravens will go up by 7. 17. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. First and 10. Richardson. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their second, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. Richardson to throw it here on first down. He'll look deep for Pittman. And he'll take it on in. Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle four, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts will tie this game at 24. So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Now he'll air one out. It hangs up a bit too much. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. So we are at halftime here in the AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. One team advances. One team's season ends here. Second half underway in the AFC wildcard game. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. They'll run here with Hill. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. On play action, Richardson. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. It's a gain of 2, brings up 3rd and 5. Now Richardson. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. He'll look for Mitchell out of the backfield.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That one good for 29. give up the middle for Mitchell. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Jackson looking to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by DeMurray Mathis. On the ground, it's Taylor. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll go again here with Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he'll take this forward to the 27.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Richardson. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. He gains nothing. From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. He gets this complete to Mitchell. And he will go all the way. And on Mitchell. Touchdown, Indy. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Now Gay for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Colts will go up by 7. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. A first down throw for Jackson. Oh, he's got a man running with them, and they connect. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 31 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. In motion comes Walker. Jackson now on 2nd down. That is left side and caught by Flowers. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stomped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down. Jackson now. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Second down, Jackson. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On third down, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The Colts pick up their first game at their own 30-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Taylor. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Third down, 3 to go. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And this is going to be a Colts first down. Good running. Gets him to about the 44. Here's Richardson. And that is incomplete. Madden Mitchell, the intended target. It's second down.
And in a game where it seems like this quarterback hasn't really done much wrong, that's really his most critical missed throw so far. He's had himself a really good game up until this point, but I think that's one when he goes back and watches the tape, he knows he should have had it.
To the left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 1 quarter. First and 10 now from the 36. On the handoff, it's Taylor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Defense Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hacks to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Richardson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
Throw right side, pulled in by Mitchell. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the give, this is Taylor. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. And he's got another one. And 9, Mitchell. Touchdown, Colts. Saving his best for the playoffs. His 3rd touchdown of the game. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Jackson. That is brought in. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Back to throw, Jackson. He'll go right and find his running back. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 7. Jackson up top again. That's caught. Derrick Henry. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
It is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Jackson. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Nick Cross.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. A run with Taylor. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Mitchell. Catch number 7 so far in this one, and a 1st down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
A big run from Taylor. 33 yards.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes. The big man, Nnamdi Madubuike, there for the sack.
At the Ravens' 41-yard line.
Richardson will give it to Taylor. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down.